What's up, everybody? I decided to do a video on my PSP collection. I have, as you can tell by the mountain next to me, I have a lot of PSP games and slash movies, UMDs. So I thought I'd share them with you because, I want to share my collection. Alright, so let's get started. Well, first off, I have I believe this is the white PSP. Or the one that came with the Daxter one, I believe, or... No, I don't think so, but it looks cool. I believe it's a 2000 model. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks nice. I got a good deal on it. I like it a lot. All right, first up we have Manhunt 2, which for those who know me know that I love the Manhunt series. This one I haven't gotten into, but I love the first one. I have played on the Xbox, and it's great. Next up we have The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the movie, which I saw in theaters back in 2003. Great movie. I don't know why it got a lot of hate, but I enjoyed it. Next up, we got Midway Arcade Treasures Extended Play. I bought it only for the Mortal Kombat games. This version only has the first Mortal Kombat, which aren't on the consoles, the PS2 and Xbox versions. I don't know why. Next up, we have Beauty Shop. Honestly, I never saw it. I just picked it up because it was cheap. I don't remember where. I didn't even like Barbershop 2. It was the only movie I walked out in theaters. Alright, well, anyway. Moving on. Next we have Bewitched. Again, another movie I've never seen, but they're cheap. You can get these movies fairly cheap anywhere, pretty much. I'm going to put away my PSP in my case. Next up, we have The Messengers. Okay, again, another movie I've never seen, but I decided to pick it up because, having movies for the PSP never hurt anyone. Okay, next up we have Dragon Ball Evolution, which is based on the movie that was horrible. I saw it again recently just because I saw it a long time ago, but I saw it again just so I can say, okay, was it really as bad as I remember it? It is. Next up, we have My Chemical Romance, Life on the Murder Scene. For those who don't know me, I'm a huge My Chemical Romance fan. I love My Chem, seen them in concert. One time I played Warped Tour, I played on the same stage that I saw them on. So it was great. That's another story for another time. Moving on. Next up, we have the movie Ghost Rider, which I fairly enjoyed. This movie wasn't great. I still think Nicolas Cage is not that great as Johnny Blaze, because I love Ghost Rider, but Nick Cage not good as Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. I don't know if you can hear my dogs in the back. They always bark at everything. Next up, we have Steam Boy. Again, another movie I've never seen. I never really heard of it prior to me buying this. But, pick it up anyway. Oh, next up we have Barbershop. This one I remember enjoying, but I haven't seen it since then, around the time it came out. I don't know, maybe horrible, I have no idea. Next up, we have Despicable Me the Game, which I did not get far into, and I didn't care much for the first movie, but I really liked the second movie. Next up, we have MLB 10 The Show. Oh, excuse me. I got this for free because on eBay, I order a lot from eBay. They messed up my order, and they send me this as a little apology. I don't like baseball. My apologies to those who do. But it was free, so, whatever. Oh, yeah, but hope you like my Doctor Strange shirt. The movie was great. Next up, we have Green Day Bullet in a Bible. Again, I love Green Day. I saw them in the same arena that I saw Blink-182 in, and My Chemical Romance, and AFI, that I played on the same stage. I'll make a video on that someday. But I do want to tell that story. Next up, we have Bomberman. I love Bomberman. Check it out. Oh, Bomberman. Love it. Love Bomberman. My favorite Bomberman game is Bomberman Hero, hands down. Again, I apologize if you can hear my dogs. I can, so I'm pretty sure you guys can. They annoy me sometimes. Anyway, next up we have Family Guy Blue Harvest. I believe this is based on episode 4. I just saw the Star Wars movies for the first time. The trilogy, the original trilogy, about 3 weeks ago, so I can see episode 7, so I can see Rogue One, because Rogue One looks interesting. Alright, next up we have Family Guy. What is this? The Freaking Sweet Collection. It's just a bunch of random Family Guy episodes. I forget which ones they are. Oh, next up we have The Dark Knight. One of my all-time favorite movies. I saw this in theaters. Heath Ledger's Joker was amazing. There are times where I thought I was watching a horror movie because of how good he was. Alright, next up we have Mortal Kombat Unchained, which is pretty much a port of Deception, I believe it was. With some extra characters, nothing, no bells and whistles there. Next up we have Silent Hill Origins, which actually I really enjoyed. I beat it on the PSP, this version, a long time ago. Really liked it. It's definitely one of the better ones. I might want to say it's better than Homecoming, I can tell you that. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan. The only one I still need to finish is Downpour. That one, so far, so good. But so far, Homecoming is the worst one. It's not that it's bad, they just missed the point on that. They're getting another story for another time, but that one they missed the point on. Part 2 is the best one, of course. Moving on. Next up we have Scarface, The World Is Yours, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Scarface, Money, Power, Respect. The World Is Yours is the home console version. We have the PS2 and Xbox version. Next up we have Darkstalkers. What is it? The Darkstalkers Chronicle, the Chaos Tower. My apologies. I love fighting games. That's my favorite kind of games. Darkstalkers is great because you get to play as Frankenstein's creature, vampires, succubuses, witches. It's really awesome. Really dark. I think so. Next up, we have the Silent Hill Experience, which has motion comics. Some little goodies. I think it's a little hard to find. I got lucky. I found it at a GameStop randomly. Not randomly. I googled it and happened to be there. Next up we have Escaflowne. I think that's how you pronounce it. I used to watch the version of Fox Kids, which I didn't know was based on other Japanese anime. It was okay from what I remember. Next up we have Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. I'm looking forward to the Assassin's Creed movie. This one was okay. Didn't get far in it. So the ones I played, part 2 is the one I liked a lot. Next up we have Killzone Liberation. I honestly never played Killzone. I think I got that for $1 somewhere. But I'm sorry, I can't tell you much on it. Next up we have Dissidia Final Fantasy. Again, fighting game. Love it. Based on the Final Fantasy series, my favorite is of course 4. No, not 4. 8. Next up we have Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. I love the Soul Calibur series. Kratos was an exclusive in this one. I like it a lot. I really do. Alright, next up we have The Third Birthday, which I still think is Parasite Eve 3. I don't care what people say, it's Parasite Eve 3. And I love the Parasite Eve series. Again, another story for another time. Next up we have Dead or Alive Paradise. Dead or Alive is a great series. This one's really pointless. It's just point and click and take hammers or whatever. Alright. You'll see when you check it out. Next up we have Sahara. I've never seen it. I just like all 3 of these actors: Penelope Cruz, Matthew McConaughey, and Steve Zahn. Can someone tell me if it's good or not? I don't know. Next up we have Napoleon Dynamite the game. This game sucks. The movie was okay. Game sucks. And next up we have Family Guy, Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story. It was okay. It was okay. Drop Head Fred? Never played it, so I can't tell you much on it. But if you can look it up if it interests you. Alright, next up we have Family Guy's the box sets. Season 1 and 2 and Season 3. I think these are a little harder to find, I'm not sure. but I mean, who doesn't like Family Guy? Alright, next up we have Clerks. I really like Clerks. I kind of got tired of Kevin Smith just because I got tired of his double entendres and his sexual innuendos. I just got tired of it. But Clerks is still good. Next we have Once Upon a Time in Mexico, which is a great movie. It's one of my favorites, hands down. Definitely the best one in the El Mariachi trilogy. I recommend it. Next up we have Ape Escape on the Loose. Never played this one. I played the one on the PS1, the first one, and it was fun. Don't know if that one's any good. Hopefully it is. Next up we have Secondhand Lions. My girlfriend always tells me to see it. I haven't gone around watching it. Sorry about that, babe. But I should watch. I'll watch it one of these days. It should be good. Next up, we have Christmas with the Cranks. Never heard of it. Not me. I'm sorry. I've heard of it. Never seen it. Saw the trailer. Didn't impress me much. Next up is a classic, Nightmare Before Christmas, which, by the way, Tim Burton produced. He did not direct it. It's a common misconception. All right, we're closing in on this collection here. All right. Next up, we have Blink-182 Greatest Hits. Again, I saw them live. They were great. Love Blink-182. Doesn't matter which lineup. Doesn't matter who's playing what. Still Blink-182. Next up, we have Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles, which is Castlevania Rondo of Blood and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Hey, they're both great. I love Rondo of Blood and I love Symphony. Although I did enjoy the 64 versions because those were the first ones. Nostalgia, I guess. Next up, we have South Park When Technology Attacks. Look at Kenny there, so cute, holding the PSP. It's adorable. It's just some random episodes. I don't know if there's a theme to them. But still enjoy it. Next up, we have Power Stone Collection, which, by the way, I only got for $2 at GameStop, out of all places. Which the Dreamcast versions are worth hundreds together. It's crazy. Next up, we have Casino Royale 007. I'm a huge James Bond fan. I've seen all 24 Bond movies, including that Never Say Never Again, which technically is not a Bond film, but it is. I don't know. Anyway, I don't count it as part of the chronology. So to me, there's only 24 Bond movies, and that one's one of my favorites. Daniel Craig, Eva Green, love him. Great movie. Next up, we have Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy Uncensored. If you like Family Guy, American Dad, and Cleveland Show, you'll definitely like this one. They're okay, but they're still enjoyable to watch when you're bored, especially. Next up, we have one of my favorite movies, Sin City. It's a great movie. I can't speak more highly of it. What else we got here? Metal Gear Acid. I've never played this, so I can't explain what it's about. I'm sure people out there will let me know. Parappa the Rapper. Great PlayStation 1 classic. Punch, kick, it's all in the mind. It's a great level. You guys remember from that demo. Next up, we got Wedding Crashers. It's a good movie. It's a funny movie. I like it. It's one of those dumb movies, dumb humor. I think Bradley Cooper's in it. I like it. Next up, we have possibly my favorite Street Fighter game, Street Fighter Alpha 3. This version is the Max version. It has some bonus characters. I want to say some bonus levels. I'm not too sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But it's still a great version. I still need to play the Dreamcast version. Next up, we have Family Guy, the video game, which wasn't that great, but I still enjoyed it. I would recommend to those who like the show to check it out. Oh, I just noticed my PS3 is there, and that's another story. That's another video for another time. And finally, we have Death Jr. And I just barely bought this, so I've been wanting to check it out. And it looks good. Looks like fun. Well, alright guys, that's all. Those are all my PSP games. That's my PSP collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, dislike, comment, all that good jazz. We'll see you next time in the next video. Have a good one.